We want to start out by actually showing you the badges here. This is the safe distance badges using Bluetooth technology to keep separation and alert people when they're too close to each other. And so, with that, I'm going to lead into my first question.
Of course.
So, how does the Bluetooth actually work between the two badges?
So this is very interesting. These badges are designed especially for this use case. The technology inside is going to pick up the signal of another badge whenever it's within 2 meters or 6 feet. The idea is that whenever you have that distance between somebody else, the device is going to start recording the duration of that encounter, and it's going to signal a audio alert and a vibration so that both people are aware that they're within the distance that we recommend for social distancing. Now, the technology itself is also going to communicate that signal to a gateway that is going to collect that information. All this is done with Bluetooth low energy, so the device itself can last with the battery for 5 to 7 days with normal use.
And they're very light too. So, it's not anything that the employee or anyone else will feel around their neck.
Exactly. The idea is that wherever the worker is, they can be safe. And so, either outside or inside, we can carry the gateways to be in both places, and then they communicate that information to a server that collects all that information, make sure that there's no duplicated data, and you'll have as a user a dashboard full of information around the people that a specific ID or badge was in touch with, and you can track if that person, for example, got sick, who else was in touch with that person.
So they do contact tracing, in other words.
Basically, contact tracing is the most important factor out of this whole system. If somebody gets sick, you have the risk of shutting down your operations.
Right.
So what we encourage you to do is to have a system that allows for you to quickly identify whoever was tested positive and connect with all the people that that person was in touch with. Now, the beauty is that you have the ability to narrow that reach to the duration of contact if it was more than 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and you're able to narrow down your search of folks to get tested or to get quarantined, whatever protocol you have in mind.
So really, you can, in your company, when somebody calls in sick with COVID and they report to you, you actually can have up to 6 degrees of separation, basically, of all those employees that contacted that sick employee when he was in the office and spent a lot of time with him.
That is the idea.
So then allows you to reach out to those employees and say, please quarantine or get tested and get tested for their safety.
Exactly. You have let's say a factory of 2,000 workers. You can't just shut it down completely. If there was one positive test, you can narrow it down to the 20, 30 people that were working around them, and also provide them with the safety and the acknowledgement that the business is doing something to protect them in the case that this happens.
No, that's very important. Building the ability to provide confidence in the employees that you're actually looking out for them and trying to keep them safe as much as possible is very important to any business, especially a warehouse business that have 1,000 employees doing distribution and trying to get a job done. So that's very important.